Moi everyone and welcome to Finish Your Plate. A lot of times when people go and travel back to their home countries, come back to the US, they bring all kinds of items that remind them of their home countries that are difficult to get here in the US, and Finns are no exception. Most often Finns bring things like rye bread, salty licorice back to the US because those are maybe the most difficult items to find. Here are the items that I brought back from Finland. So let's go through some of them. First of all, I have here several types of cookies, domino cookies specifically. These are very similar to Oreo cookies. There's a wafer with a creamy filling. I got a couple of these different variety packs. This is the original one. It got a little damaged in the luggage, but this is the original one. But here is the variety one that has mango flavored, and then vanilla and cardamom flavored. I'm specifically excited to try the cardamom flavored cookie. I also have, this is called blueberry pie, so it has blueberry pie filling inside, which sounds very interesting, and strawberry flavored cookie as well. Another one of my favorites is the geisha chocolate bar. This is chocolate that has a hazelnut filling. There's a couple of different types of it. There's a chocolate bar. I have some cookies, geisha cookies here. Different types of cookies. And even a geisha flavored granola. This one I'm pretty excited to try. I also thought I would try these snack bars that are oat snack bars. Another exciting thing that I brought that got a little damaged in the luggage is some chocolate with hot and sour candy pieces mixed in. Kind of like Turkish pepper. This is a anniversary flavor. Marianne is a mint candy that is very popular in Finland. This is a chocolate bar that has pieces of the mint candy mixed in. My only real bread item was this pulla that I got from Turku. This is a cinnamon flavored pulla. I also have some Omar candies. These are, so Omar is a soft toffee candy. These were actually my mom's favorite. And then I brought some susu snacks, which is like a puffy rice crisp with chocolate covered. From the airport, I also picked up these chocolate confectionaries. There's a selection of milk chocolate, dark chocolate, blueberry truffle, and raspberry truffle. These look really good too. Another variation of the Omar is the Choco Bites, which is the Omar candy with chocolate filling. As you may have noticed, Finnish candy companies have a tendency to take specific candies and mix them across different product aisles. Like, for example, good example is the geisha one that you see mixed in various different products, like even the granola. I also brought over a Viili starter because I found that this Viili was really excellent. So I'm gonna try to make some more of Viili. I also saw these suffeli salty snacks. These are like puffed snacks with a chocolate cover. And Kismet. Kismet is a classic Finnish candy bar. And I have a couple different flavors here. The original and Dumle flavored. Dumle is a like a soft caramel type of filling. Another classic candy bar from Finland is the tupla bar. This one is licorice filled. Jim is a jelly kind of a candy that's covered with chocolate. I also brought over some rye flour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare this to the American rye flour and see what the results are when making rye bread. If the American rye flour matches up to the Finnish one and if there's a big difference in taste or texture. This is my salmiakki section over here. I found that these are my favorite. These are just pirkka vahva salmiakki. And there's also some ufo mix, which is a sweet and sour and salmiakki mixed together. Salmiakki a lot of times is one of those flavors that people either love or hate, but that is probably one of the most imported items from Finland. Another one that I really like is pom mix. And here is the variation of pom mix with sour flavors instead of salmiakki, salty flavors. I also have here some Turkish peppers. I'm going to try to use these in a couple different recipes and see how they work. And I have here the second type of Turkish pepper. I have not tasted it, so I wanted to taste this and see how it is. Over here we have some different variations of sisu. Sisu, of course, you know what that means. It's a Finnish word for fortitude. And there's a candy, sisu candy, which reminds us of that. There's all different kinds of flavors. There's a salmiakki flavor. Here's a xylitol. There's multiple variations of sisu candy. They all have the same kind of a flavor profile though, but they're all a little different. Also, I brought some leijona candy, which is a tar and licorice flavored candy. I also brought over a bunch of these ready-made meal mixes, dried meal mixes. These travel really well. You just mix these with some ground beef, and this is Italian flavored. There's a Thai flavored. Mexican flavored, whatever that means. Hawaiian flavor. It probably has pineapple. That's why it's Hawaiian. And then the last one is, this is just like one dish kind of a meal that you add sausages into, and it has some sort of pasta and dried vegetables that will cook together with the sausages. Of course, I also brought in some Juusto snacks. These always get deflated in the luggage. And some sriracha mayo chips. I brought over some mayonnaise, which is like the Hesburger mayonnaise, and some Finnish mustard. This is a very interesting product. This is a tar syrup, tar flavored syrup. Tar flavoring, if you've followed my channel, tar flavoring is a popular smoky kind of an addition in a lot of products. I've seen it in, besides candy, sweet products, I've seen it used in savory foods as well. And I also brought over some pine flavored syrup. I found this gin at the local Alko. This is Finnish made Lapsan Shishong smoked tea flavored gin, which I'm really excited to try. I also brought over some long drinks. I brought over some of the grapefruit and bergamot flavored long drink, which was absolutely my favorite. I brought over some yuzu flavored long drink, some pomelo flavored long drink, and also some pineapple long drink. Some cloudberry flavored long drink. And this is carrot and ginger flavored long drink. I brought over another type of Finnish mustard and some reindeer pate, which I'm going to use on one of my videos probably. I find it funny when I go to Finland, they have these cookies called Filipinos. Apparently these are not from the Philippines at all. I don't know where they're from. They're just called Filipinos. I also brought over a couple of these mixes. These are just filled with salty licorice, these bottles. There's two different kinds. And what you do is you fill it with vodka and you have a salty licorice vodka. I brought over some pine tar soap and some birch scented soap too. I also have some birch scented shampoo. Birch scent is very popular in Finland because for a lot of Finns it reminds them of sauna, and the sauna vihta specifically. It gives off that very pleasant kind of a birch scent. And I also had some leftover false morel mushrooms, which I have here. I'm going to use them in a recipe. I was also given this. This is an old coffee pot that's been in my family for decades, if not even a century. Basically, what you do is you just fill this up with some coffee grounds, put water in it, and then boil it on open fire. I believe this came from Ostrobothnia region in Finland. And to that extent, I also have a coffee mill here from the same area. This is where my mother was from. And I also brought over Arabia cooking dish because I broke the other one that I had. As you can see, I didn't really bring that much bread from Finland back to the US, mostly because I think it would just go stale before I can enjoy it. And secondly, because if you've watched my videos and you've tried my rye bread recipe, it actually is pretty good rye bread, so there's not necessarily any need to bring in regular rye bread or reikäleipä from Finland. That's why I mostly concentrated my efforts on candies, which are really difficult to make at home. Maybe someday I'll learn how to make them. Plus also I wanted to try these long drinks or bring them over and have for my friends and family to try over here in the US. One item that is really impossible to get in the US, of course, is the false morel mushrooms. So thanks for watching and stay tuned. Maybe soon I'll use some of these products that I brought over in a recipe and try them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Finish Your Plate.